sun is rising, the world's at peace. A Sunday morning, all worries cease. Cove TV's on, the day's just begun. We're chilling together under the morning sun. The smoke curls up like a gentle prayer, with coffee in hand. We've got time to spare, cannabis in the air, and hearts at ease. Sunday's here to bless us with the softest breeze. Chillin Sunday morning, feeling so right. In the cove where the light's soft and bright. With every puff we let the stress unwind. In this peaceful moment, leave the world behind. Chillin Sunday morning, breathe it in slow. In the cove where the love and peace grow. The gentle rhythm, the waves on the shore, cannabis blooms and the soul wants more. We gather in peace in the cove's embrace. With every hit we find our grace. No rush, no race, just a tranquil sound on this holy morning. The calm is profound, together we rise. As the clouds drift by, lifted by love, as we touch the sky. Chillin Sunday morning, feeling so right. In the cove where the light's soft and bright. With every puff we let the stress unwind. In this peaceful moment, leave the world behind. Chillin Sunday morning, breathe it in slow. In the cove where the love and peace grow. In the stillness we find our way. Chillin' in the cove on this blessed day. The world outside can wait a while. We're here together, sharing every smile. Let the smoke rise like hymns in the air. In this sacred space, we've got time to care. We find our way, chilling in the cove on this blessed day. The world outside can wait a while. We're here together, sharing every smile. Let the smoke rise like hymns in the air. In this sacred space, we've got time to care. Sunday morning, feeling so right. In the cove where the light's soft and bright. With every puff we let the stress unwind. In this peaceful moment, leave the world behind. Chillin Sunday morning, breathe it in slow. In the cove where the love and peace grow. So light it up, let the moment stay. In the cove where we'll drift away. Chillin' on this Sunday, soft and true. In the cove, we're here, just me and you. Sunday morning light, softly shine through. We're wrapped up in the moment, just me and you. Coffee's brewing slow, the world's still at ease. Cove TV's on, just the sun, us and the trees. Waking big beside you, feeling so complete. With every gentle touch, our love so sweet. Cannabis in the air, lifting up our souls, taking it slow, letting the good vibes roll. You and me and the morning haze. Cove TV's on, in our lazy days. The first hit of the day sets our hearts ablaze. Making big love in the soft sun's rays. Cannabis kisses, smoke rings in the air. Sunday mornings with you, nothing can compare. The warmth of your smile, the calm of the breeze. Our favorite strains whisper through the trees. Every puff we take, every song we hear. Cove TV's playing and it all feels clear. love so deep in this quiet place. With a bowl in hand, we find our space. Cannabis and coffee in the morning light. Wake and bake together, everything feels right. You and me and the morning haze. Cove TV's on in our lazy days. The first hit of the day sets our hearts ablaze. Wake and bake love in the soft sun's rays. Cannabis kisses, smoke rings in the air. Sunday mornings with you, nothing can compare. The world slows down just for a while. Cannabis dreams and your gentle smile. Cove TV playing our favorite shows. With every hit, our connection grows. It's the little moments, the quiet and the slow. In your eyes I see everything I need to know. You and me and the morning haze. Cove TV's on in our lazy days. The first hit of the day sets our hearts ablaze. Wake and bake love in the soft sun's rays. Cannabis kisses, smoke rings in the air. Sunday mornings with you, nothing can compare. So here we are in our Sunday best. Wake and bake mornings feeling so blessed. Cannabis love, Cove TV's glow. With you by my side, it's all I need to know.
Sun's rising slow, paint skies with gold. Coffee in hand, the stories unfold. This ain't just a show, it's where hearts align. A place to unwind, where peace we find. Cannabis drifts on the morning breeze, bringing calm to the mind, setting souls at ease. Together we gather, no need to pretend. The Cove's where the day and good vibes begin. Come on in, let the love unfold.
Come on in, let it unfold.
In the warmth of community, hearts turn gold.
Hearts turn gold.
The Cove is more than a show on display.
More than a show.
It's a place to belong, where we start the day.
We start the day.
So rise with the sun, let the blessings flow.
Let it flow.
With coffee and peace, we let the spirit grow. Some come to laugh, some come to share. Every story told shows someone's care. We lift each other, hand in hand. Through life's storms, together we stand. The circle's wide, there's room for all. No judgment here, just love's gentle call. Every morning's a chance to reset, renew, to breathe, to heal, and see life through. Come on in, let the love unfold.
Come on in, let it unfold.
In the warmth of community, hearts turn gold.
Hearts turn gold.
The Cove is more than a show on display.
More than a show.
It's a place to belong, where we start the day.
We start the day.
So rise with the sun, let the blessings flow.
Let it flow.
With coffee and peace, we let the spirit grow. more than a show, it's where hearts connect.
Hearts connect.
Where hope is planted and love takes effect.
Love takes effect.
A sacred space where kindness flows.
Kindness flows.
And every soul finds a place to grow.
Let's grow.
Come on in, let the love unfold.
Come on in, let it unfold.
In the warmth of community, hearts turn gold.
Hearts turn gold.
The Cove is more than a show on display.
More than a show.
It's a place to belong where we start the day.
We start the day.
So rise with the sun, let the blessings flow.
Let it flow.
With coffee and peace, we let the spirit grow.
Good, wonderful, Chillin Sunday morning, everybody. How is everybody's morning going? What up, man-Bear?
You know, it's the usual dirty 30 degrees out.
It's 32 here.
Oh, you win. Haha.
Good morning, my most beautiful Amber. How are you, my dear? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning.
Good morning, Mindy. How are you doing this fine Sunday?
What up, Nikki? Good Sunday morning. I hope you're having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Ma. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Crystal. Hope you're having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Louise. How are you doing on this fine Sunday?
Good morning, Brother Bill. How are you doing, man? I hope you're having a wonderful morning.
What up, CJ? How you doing? Sunday. Oh, yeah.
Hey, what up, Angela? How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful morning.
Good morning, Jersey Meg. What's going on?
Good morning, Ash. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday.
Good morning, Giggler. What's going on, man?
What is up, Vicki? How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday morning. What has everybody got going on this morning? It's been a dope-ass, chill-ass Sunday morning. And let's wake and bake.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's Sunday morning, sweet and slow. The coffee's brewing, let the good vibes flow. Friends are gathered, hearts are light. Cannabis sparks, morning feels just right.
The sun is shining, the cove's alive. Sharing laughter as the moments arrive. Every smile, every story we know makes Sunday mornings
Sweet and slow, sweet and slow, the way Sundays go.
oh, sweet and slow.
Pass the peace and the coffee, let the good times grow.
Sweet and slow.
In the Cove we gather, in the light of the day. With love and laughter, we find our way.
The air is hazy, the green burns bright.
Coffee warms hands in the morning light.
Conversations flow like the ocean tide. We're all connected, no need to hide. The choir hums, the rhythm sways. Joy fills the Cove in endless ways.
Every soul finds a place to grow. On Sunday mornings, sweet and slow. Sweet and slow, the way Sundays go.
Oh, sweet and slow.
Pass the peace and the coffee, let the good times grow.
Ooh.
Sweet and slow. In the Cove we gather, in the light of the day, with love and laughter, we find our way.
Sweet and slow, let it flow.
Feel the love, let it show.
In the Cove we'll roam right.
Sunday morning has begun. Hallelujah for the day. Sweet and slow, let's light the way.
Oh, man. Oh, what up, Spanky the kitty? Bill, make sure you let Spanky know that I say...
And that treat's mine.
I hope everybody's off to a wonderful Sunday morning start to their day. It is morning update for Sunday, December 29th, 20-something or another. It's craziness. Much love to everybody that came out to the face game last night. It's a blast. I always love that shit. It's hilarious and great. And much love Europe for putting that together, bro. For real, for real. Chilling yesterday, chilling today. We got the Nanigans coming up here at 9:13 Mountain Standard Time. The Cove runs on Eastern Time, but Europe runs on Mountain Time. So don't mix those up.
Yeah, and I'm on specific time.
He's on specific time. So if anybody, I mean, we can convert however, wherever. We'll always be together. I'll be. Sorry.
Sorry, he just broke out this song. You gotta stop watching.
Every
you gotta
time,
stop
bro.
watching. I was gonna say you gotta stop watching High School Musical every time you wake up, man. Like you're just in that sing-song mode.
Fucking name one movie, a better movie to start your day with, bro. It's a fucking dope ass.
40-year-old virgin. 40-year-old virgin is an inspiring.
I do enjoy. The third one wasn't the greatest, but I do enjoy some High School Musicals, bro. I'm not even.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that. I was like, he's gotta love them.
I got the Nanigans this morning. That is 9:13 Mountain Standard Time, so 11:13 for all you Easterners. And then we got Sir Sunday afternoon smoke sesh this afternoon. Got the Europe away tonight. There is still time to get in on that, so make sure you go and correctly enter into the Europe away. Don't do a morning speakers or this day in history here coming up. We'll do morning speaker, and then we'll Sunday morning, lots of Sunday morning music, lots of chilliness.
I know dodgeball just ended, but is anybody else kind of excited for dodgeball to start back up again? I mean, I kind of am. I'm just saying, I don't know when
it's just odd because the dodgeball weeks always start on a weekend.
Right. So they always start in
Saturday. It always starts with the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's when I created the dodgeball, like the way the format, everything works, it's the most obscure shit ever. Like your wins and losses on the weekends don't count towards your wins and losses during the week.
No,
and then, there's just so much obscureness that goes into it, but it all works very well.
Anybody else curious to see what Dan does in the off season? Like, is he a golfer?
Well, I know he had a baby last year.
Okay.
And so if their baby's got to be like 10 months old. Other than that, I think he plays some golf and some handball. He seems like a handballer.
I can see some. What do they call it? Frisbee golf, or what do they already call it?
Froth.
They call it froth.
It's disc golf, but I've always called it. It's always been froth.
Yeah, it sounds like something invented in Lord of the Rings. Hey, let's go play froth.
Well, that's like last night we learned that if something is contagious and fun, it is definitely fun-tagious and not the other way around.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Tried that one. Didn't work. We are 2 minutes out from our 420. Make sure you're calmly and chillingly packing up, heating up, loading up, rolling up, grinding up, on the up and up, coffeeing up, waking up. It's Sunday, but chillingly waking up.
Yeah. So you can go slow today, but every other day you gotta hurry up.
You gotta fucking get your not today.
Not today. No, not today. No. But tomorrow,
much love. See, I love the Sunday music, CJ. I try not to play it too much throughout the week because it's and there's a handful that I don't play throughout the week because it's Sunday. It's Sunday morning music.
I honestly know that it's so hard for you to not play some of the Sunday tracks during the week, because we've talked about it. He's like, I love them so much. And he's like, but it's Sunday. It's like, just Sunday. Sunday.
Hey, what up, Deb? How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. We are in the final countdown, as Amber would say. So like, I don't know. I'll listen to any genre of music. I'm down with any genre of music. And so like, but I create the Sunday morning music for a purpose. Like it's got like a specific vibe and feel to it. Yeah. But then, like, that damn gospel jazz soul shit just leaks out. It's so good. It's so good. And I'm like, all right, it's Wednesday afternoon. Let's fucking listen to Inhale, Exhale, Amen.
So I got a quick question. What do you call country rap? Like, do you call it country rap? Some people got, like, different names for it.
Okay, now, I do think it should be called crap, and I don't mean it because of its quality.
Oh, I got one for you. How about hick hop?
Yeah, I've heard of hip hop. I've heard that one. I just feel like country rap crap, not in a bad way. It's just,
I know. It's just, it's never going to be called crap.
Happy 420, everybody. Let's go with this one.
Golden sun, rise up slow. Coffee steam in the glow. Cannabis in the haze. Start our tropic days. Morning dew on the leaves. Coconut breeze in the trees. Roasting beans, smooth and dark. Lighting up a morning spark. Coffee cup to lips so high. Cannabis under azure sky. Warmth in every single ray. Tropic love in morning play. Birds sing a tender tune in the light of early June. Cannabis leaves sway in mild. Coffee aroma running wild. Percussion rhythm so sweet. Sand warm beneath our feet. Cannabis whispers in the air. Coffee heartbeat softly share. Coffee cup to lips so high. Cannabis under azure sky. Warmth in every single ray. Tropic love in morning play. Percussion rhythm so sweet. Sand warm beneath our feet. Cannabis whispers in the air. Coffee heartbeat softly share. Coffee cup to lips so high. Cannabis under azure sky. Warmth in every single ray. Tropic love in morning play.
Before the coffee, I clean my bit. You got me good.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, good morning, Kate. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just got to get over those morning coughs there, giggling. And then, yeah, it helps me a lot. When you've been smoking for 30 years, it affects you in good ways. In good ways. Just got to, daily regimen of, how you smoke and not breathe, because, you can't smoke and breathe at the same time. Don't work. They don't go together. You got to choose. I choose smoke. Don't need oxygen, right, Beans? Fuck oxygen.
Ask a fish, they'll tell you.
Yeah. So, do fish actually think they're underwater?
Holy fucking shit. What if they have no clue? What if that's like their air?
Right.
And, like, they're like, why are these fucking weird people in nothing? Wait, what if we're not in nothing? What if we're in air and they're in nothing? Man-Bear, what'd you start, bro?
Right.
Well, as I always like to say, and I did get this from Nikki Jakey because it's fucking funny, but that's a whole another can of worms, and I'm not in the fucking worm business. I love that quote.
That's pretty good. Anyways, segue time.
What is everybody got going on for their Sunday?
Actually, kind of got a busy day today. I got a bunch of stuff to do before New Year's around here. Hoping to try and get some new furniture. I need some smaller pieces. Taking up too much of our living room. Like, if I don't have people hanging out in my living room all the time, I don't need like 7 or 8 chairs or just big couches. I need something smaller. Need more space. So yeah, I got some moving around to do. Always have laundry to do. I swear, there's only like a day or two out of the week that I actually don't have some kind of laundry. Probably about 4 or 5 days a week I'm doing laundry. Just 5 people in the house. There's always something.
I don't know. I feel like there's just like no such thing as like a day off, like that day. Which like I mean, I don't know. I couldn't just sit and fucking literally, like that's no joke. Like Dr. K when he talked about like just stare at a wall. I'm like, bruh, you fucking stare at a wall. You can't do that shit. I have my own my own sense of like meditation because like we done a couple of his last week really that like really hit home with me, and he was talking about hey, good morning, Dominic. How are you, man? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I'm talking about like if you work on the computer. It's like all that, stuff like that. Like, it's very hard for me to get up with no. I mean, I could do it. I'm just fucking making excuses. I know I'm just making excuses, but still, they're good excuses.
For me, the way my brain works, I don't like not knowing what time it is because a lot of things are timed, not just the show stuff, but I mean stuff in life. So I have that's my watch, you know what I mean? So sometimes it's just, I'll have my phone in the kitchen on a stand and I'll just literally make sure the time's kind of displayed, or you know what I mean? Or like I said, I watched that movie Spy with Melissa McCarthy about 4 times a day just to kill time because it's a movie that's exactly 2 hours. So I'll just have it playing in the background if I have 2 hours to my next something to do while I'm doing something else.
Be careful, please. Please be careful, Amber.
Oh my God.
Right? She's like, I'm going to go do crazy shit. I trust you. But damn, girl. Be safe.
Hey, Twister's a great movie. I don't know about the second one.
The second one, I haven't seen it, but I don't think I want to.
Actually, my girlfriend just watched it. She said it's not bad. It's not like a sequel or anything. I think it's just another one. Which I was hoping it was kind of be like their kids or something doing it or something like that, but it's just all new people. I am excited for
Hoffman. I'm out.
Dude, he died.
He was so great in that movie.
I know.
He was himself. He was
definitely.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. Him in that and in Pirate Radio. He was so good in Pirate Radio, man. He was my favorite character. Pirate Radio is such an underrated movie. If you haven't seen it, go see Pirate Radio. The entire soundtrack is just so nostalgic, man. All this English rock, the rock and roll revolution. You know, to this day in England, they're not allowed to play 1 hour of consecutive rock and roll on any radio stations because of movies like Pirate Radio. And when it came out, it was actually almost illegal to play their kind of music in England. That's why Pirate Radio started.
Hey, good morning, Candy.
Yeah, honestly, I like movies that have better soundtracks than the actual movie. And everyone's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I will watch a movie that is horrible if there's good music to it. And they're like, that's just bad. I'm like, no, man. A movie can be horrible, and then a good song start coming on, and you're like, that's a great song. I want to see where this is going. Then the movie gets bad. Then another great song comes on. You're like, you know what? I'm going to give it a chance because I want to see what next song is coming on.
Oh, yeah, you're good, you guys. Giggler, you're fine. You're fine, bro. Trust me, I think everybody that watches the show and knows the show, like, if there's something that is said that, like, we are like, hey, now, I'll either delete it without anybody noticing, or if it's that, I'll be like, hey, let's not talk about that and say we didn't. But we're good. Hey, good morning, brother Scroy. How are you, man?
What's up, sir?
So yeah, no worries. I definitely agree.
Angela, I definitely know what you're talking about. My wife and I were in-care home nurses, and his breakfast was like 13 pills. So I definitely know where that is. And he did smoke. He smoked marijuana too, so it helped for his day-to-day. But yeah, he had renal failure, kidney failure, and so that. But yeah, I understand that. But the weed really helped him. Yeah, because he had like seizures and stuff. And that's the thing, is people don't realize how much positive medicine, if consumed properly, marijuana can really be, because you don't even have to smoke it anymore. People with lung problems. What do you find?
There's so much weather in the fucking world right now. Well, just like in the eastern seaboard area. But that's a lot of weather, everybody. That's fucking... Oh, that's what Amber's talking about. That's where she's at. Well, North Carolina.
I don't know where everybody is because I'm not good at American maps.
All right, here we go. Mossy J from Pennsylvania. I know Vicky's from Ohio. I'm from West Virginia. Giggler's from Nebraska. Candy's from Florida. Case from South Carolina, but she's originally from Tennessee. Nice. Roy's from Maryland. Bill's from Minnesota. Mindy is from Michigan.
Michigan, really? So many
Amber's
people
from North Carolina. I don't know where Dominic's from. I just have a very good memory of weird things. Vicky's from Ohio. Yeah. Louise is from Aussie.
Kimmy's from New Zealand.
Ash is from Pennsylvania.
Oh, you might be wrong. One of the two.
One of the two.
I remember I was on a
Jersey
live.
Meg is from she was over in the Portland area, but she's back on in New Jersey. I don't know exactly where.
Okay. She was talking about being in Oregon, wasn't she? Portland,
Crystal's from West Virginia, or Crystal's from Virginia. Nikki's from Wisconsin. And that's the top of the list. If I missed anybody.
I'm from Canada, eh? West side.
You're from not Vancouver.
Actually kind of lived there for 20 years, but yeah, I'm not from there.
Right. All right, we'll play some more Sunday morning music. We'll look at our weather. There's lots going on out there in the world today. Hey, what up, Tag Wade? How you doing, man? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. I hope you had a good birthday yesterday, man.
Yeah, no, that one guy that I follow, Don Naughty 840. I don't know where he is, but he says he's in Wisconsin, but he barely speaks English, so I don't know. Because when I go on his lives, he's just like, "What's up, Mike, man? Wisconsin, motherfucker. Fuck yeah, I love you."
I get what you're saying, but like in a sense that like that don't mean nothing no more. Yeah. Kimmy's from New Zealand, Martin's from Africa. I remember I haven't seen
I know you're talking about now.
From India. Can't think of his name now.
Oh, you're talking about Cushman?
Yeah.
Stoned High Cushman or whatever.
Yep, Stoned High. Yeah. Yep. All right, we're on a rant. Okay, Cleveland. Okay, I thought you had something. I thought you were very like close to Cleveland, like in your heart, and so I thought you were close to Cleveland. I could tell that, but I wasn't sure if you were in OH or PA. Much love, everybody. We'll go with this one.
Sunrise glow so gentle, bright. Coffee cup, my heart's delight. Cannabis mist in the air. Friends, we share this morning fare. Tropical breeze whispers low. We sip slow, feel the flow. Hands we hold, a peaceful beat. Life is sweet where hearts do meet. Sunday morning, pure and free. Church bell rings in harmony. Coffee warm and glowing sun. Cannabis dreams, we've just begun. Gospel tunes we softly hum. Joyful hearts and beating drums. Tropical skies wide and grand. Together we all understand. Peaceful shorebirds take to flight. Nature paints a pure delight. Friends and laughter fill the space. In this soft and sacred place. Cannabis calm and subtle grace. Coffee warmth in our embrace. Hands circle dreams in morning light. Sunday sunrise pure and bright. Gospel tunes we softly hum. Church bell rings in harmony. Coffee warm and glowing sun. Cannabis dreams, we've just begun.
Good morning, Karen. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning. So I feel like this is a typo, but it kind of made me chuckle because I think you meant to say good morning. But if you meant to say good morning, it's fine. But I was just like, hey, I don't get real religious around here, but it's Sunday, so I'll allow it. I don't know. I'm high. I thought I got to chuckle out of it. Much love, Wayne. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope everybody's having a dope ass Sunday morning. We'll look at our future 48, and then we'll go from there. Even if it wasn't a typo, it's fine. Wayne, I was just picking on you, bro. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. I don't think I played this one yet.
Sunrise through the palm trees, cup of coffee in my hand. Warm breeze whispers gently in the simple morning land. Smooth coffee scent rising, dark roast in my cup. Take a sip, refreshing, just can't get enough. Coffee and cannabis in the Sunday air. Feeling so righteous, not a single care. Cannabis in the garden, leaves so green and bright. Smooth waves in the distance, life feels so right. Coffee grounds on the table, sugar and some cream. Rolling up the green leaves in this peaceful dream. Coffee and cannabis in the Sunday air. Feeling so righteous, not a single care. Cannabis in the garden, leaves so green and bright. Smooth waves in the distance, life feels so right. Coffee grounds on the table, sugar and some cream. Rolling up the green leaves in this
dream.
It's a robot man-bear. Now he's normal. Beep doody. Now he's normal.
Did it pixelate again?
Yeah, it pixelated again. God morning to you, too.
Have you heard that
robot
song?
Man-Bear action fighter. He will come and save the day. He's the only one that can save forest fires. Give him a fire extinguisher, show you the way.
Can't buy a fire extinguisher, right? It's a fire extinguisher.
Like 5 years old with like a pocket of quarters. And you're like, I have this many. I need a fucking fire extinguisher. All right, we'll play one more Sunday morning song. We'll look at our future hour and then we'll go from there. Let's go. I played that one. This is a good one. Cheers.
Morning breeze drifts in from the shore. A bowl in hand, life's an open door. With every puff, the good vibes grow like the sun rising, warm and slow. We gather together, light up with care. The cove's our spot, no worries to spare. Laughter and love in each smoky line. Sharing moments, feeling just fine. How sweet it is, sparking on wine. Unwind, peace, you'll find the day with the crew in tow. Cold breeze, let it flow. From sunrise clouds to afternoon haze. Haze and praise, sweet summer days. How sweet it is, how sweet we stay. Stay lifted every day. Pack a bowl, let the session begin. Inhale deep, feel the calm settle in. With every toke, the stress slips away. At the cove, it's the perfect day. The ocean hums, waves kiss the sand. We're toasted and floating, everything's grand. Here with the crew, life's at ease. Living the dream on this tropical breeze. How sweet it is, sparking on wine. Unwind, peace, you'll find the day with the crew in tow. Cold breeze, let it flow. The sunrise clouds to afternoon haze. Haze and praise, sweet summer days. How sweet it is, how sweet we stay. Stay lifted every day. Pack a bowl, let the session begin. Inhale deep, feel the calm settle in. With every toke, the stress slips away. At the cove, it's the perfect day. The ocean hums, waves kiss the sand. We're toasted and floating, everything's grand. Here with the crew, life's at ease. Living the dream on this tropical breeze. How sweet it is, sparking on wine. Unwind, peace, you'll find every day with the crew in tow. Cold breeze, let it flow. From sunrise clouds to afternoon haze. Haze and praise, sweet summer days. How sweet it is, how sweet we stay. Stay lifted every day. Peace in the air and we drift with ease. Oh yeah, oh sweet relief. Float through the cove on a summer breeze. Good vibes in every draw. Sharing the moment without a flaw. How sweet it is, sparking on wine. Unwind, peace, you'll find the day with the crew in tow. Cold breeze, let it flow. The sunrise clouds to afternoon haze. Haze and praise, sweet summer days. How sweet it is, how sweet we stay. Stay lifted every day.
Stone Dog Kuman. Kuman was his name. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Man, that was gonna kill
that
me.
literally like just came to me out of nowhere at the end of the song. I do remember when they were all like came up on live way back in the day and they were all smoking in the circle in the hut.
Yeah, I loved how he takes a buck knife basically and cuts his weed up on a table. Like he balls it up and cuts it up, mixes a little tobacco in with it. Like just that's so dope. You want to talk about people who can make big clouds? That Stone High Kuman made some big clouds, man. Even on his lives, that guy could smoke.
Wherever he is, I hope he's doing well.
You remember the chillum he had, and he would put the freaking coal on top of it?
Yeah, that's crazy,
dude. That was fire. Watching someone smoke with like the actual coals from a fire is got to be the coolest shit I've ever seen. I seen Mike Tyson do it actually. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's super interesting, like the different ways that like people consume around the world.
Yeah.
You know, like Martin from Africa was saying that they don't buy it in like a weight or anything like that. They buy a broom. It's called a broom.
Yeah.
It's like
wow.
big, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like a big amount, but it's just called like something like they used to call.
Well, it looks like a fucking broom, like a broom.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. I guess it's like not. It's not like compared. Like there's no quality compared to ours. Like, and that was his words, not mine. I have no experience in the matter.
You know, I follow a lot of people who grow all over the world, and there's no English words. It's all characters. So I don't know where they're from or whatever, but some of the weed they're growing is fantastic, and the other stuff is like, y'all need to share your secrets. All I'm saying is like, if we just shared our genetics with everybody around the world, we'd all be smoking Kush.
You do what you can with what you got.
Oh yeah, 100. I'm just saying that some people just don't have the resources or the genetics to grow, that Michigan style fucking, Dab and Reaper style crazy uhu buku stuff. Because I know.
Hey, good morning, James. How are you, man? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. We're just getting ready to do our This Day in History. That's why I do think it's funny. Like, I don't want to get into all the politics and all the bullshit of like the lead, the growing and stuff like that. But like, the majority is just like, oh, growing is weed. Like we don't want everybody to grow fucking weed. Like how like the weed. It's like, bro, do you know what it takes to grow like that shit successfully?
Like that's the only reason why I haven't done it is because I've never really grown too many things not marijuana related successful. Right. I'm thinking fucking something that I actually have to smoke on a daily.
I can't even grow fucking sweet corn.
And that's where I'm on the line with dispensaries and black market, because dispensaries have a lot of information that comes with the stuff you're smoking. So that's really nice. But then the black market's prices are usually better. But in Canada, honestly, the dispensaries are getting a lot better. I got to admit that. Except for the size of dab containers, the dispensaries are doing all right.
All right, let's roll into This Day in History with the one and only Vicki Bowers, everybody. Here we go.
Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for December 29th. December 29th is the 363rd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 364th in leap years, with 2 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is fierce. Fierce is an adjective, and when I looked it up, I was a little surprised at the intensity of definition that I found. I usually think of fierce more in terms of having or expressing a bold confidence or style, sort of an I stand my ground and ball up my fists if I have to. But the dictionary gives definitions that are a good bit stronger than that. For example, one definition of fierce is violently hostile or aggressive in temperament, like a fierce tiger, or given to fighting or killing, or pugnacious, like fierce fighters, marked by unrestrained zeal or vehemence, as in a fierce argument, furiously active or determined, as in making a fierce effort. Fierce has made its way to us by way of Middle English, Anglo-French before that, Latin before that, where it meant wild or savage. First known use of the word fierce is in the 1300s. Fierce. And with that, the United States annexed the Republic of Texas and admitted it as the 28th state of the Union on December 29, 1845. Texas is the second largest state of the Union in area and the second most populous state in the Union. Houston is the most populous city in Texas, while it is the fourth largest in the country. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is the largest metro and urban area in the state. Austin is the capital of Texas. The nickname for Texas is the Lone Star State, and Texas' name comes from a Caddo word that means friends. The state bird is the northern mockingbird. State tree is the pecan tree. I'm happy to learn that. I do love me some pecans. And the state flower is the Texas bluebonnet. That's a variety of lupin. And every year when the bluebonnets bloom, some of the news channels will have viewers pictures that they'll post of the bluebonnets. Other creatures associated with the state of Texas are the armadillo, the Texas longhorn, and the Texas horned lizard. It's a big state. There's lots more to tell, but the point of all this was to say that Texas became a state on December 29th, 1845. Texas. Yeehaw. And we're going to keep it short today. I certainly have touched on many other topics in previous episodes for December 29th, and I think I have included a link to one of those in the description. The tornadoes, and you might think, oh, she's misspelled tornadoes, but that's the way they spell it. Usually around these parts, when we're talking about more than one tornado, we add an E before the S to make it plural, but this is how they spelled their name as the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes were an English instrumental group initially assembled in 1961 as a session band for a record producer, engineer, and songwriter, Joe Meek, sort of like an early British version of the Wrecking Crew that we've mentioned a few times before on this channel. Joe Meek was interested in space age and experimental pop music, and he wrote an instrumental piece and he called it Telstar in 1962 in recognition of the Telstar communication satellite that went up about that time. He had this group record it, and the group itself was just a collective of studio musicians, session musicians, and so they didn't really have a name yet. So if you're going to release a record, you have to have a name. So here we have the Tornadoes. The song Telstar, as I mentioned, was named after the communication Telstar that had been launched in July of 1962. And the song Telstar was released, the following month in August of 1962. It hit number one on the Billboard Hot 100, the UK singles chart, and several other charts around the world. We do find Telstar beginning its second week in that number one spot on the Billboard Hot 100. Telstar by the Tornadoes. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That playlist lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page. It's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
Much love, Vicki Bowers. If you are not, please make sure that you are following This Day in History with Vicki Bowers on Facebook and on the YouTube. We appreciate stuff. Fuck, I love This Day in History every day. I love it. I have no fucking clue who the Tornadoes are.
Yeah, they don't think they really did much more than that one.
All right, let's go. I gotta go here real quick. All right, I don't can't do fucking much of it, but we're gonna see here. Give me a second. I just gotta go like this, like that, real quick. Psh, didn't see nothing. Does this shit sound familiar to anybody? We're 12 seconds in.
No.
Not a clue. Not a clue. 1962 was the year.
Good year.
Bro, I want to say that sounds familiar, but that sounds super 50s. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, CJ says she doesn't remember. Ma, do you remember them? Does anybody know who the fucking
Is this like the
tornadoes
first?
are?
Is this the
I'm
first?
not doubting on them at all. CJ was okay. Well, fair enough. Still, never heard of them.
I mean, you know, I was only negative 21.
You could negative drink that year.
What? Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit in the song here. Let's see if we can find like a fucking chorus or something.
Oh yeah. We want to hear you sing, guys. They don't sing.
Ma, what are you laughing at me for? That's not an answer. Yeah, no clue. Very cool. Check it out. It sounds good. I can't play very much of it or else we get in trouble.
Yeah, we get in trouble. Thanks, Darkside.
Hashtag we can't play Supertramp anymore. Thanks, Facebook.
Yeah, I love Supertramp.
I fucking love Supertramp.
Would you go to a Supertramp concert? I'd go to a fucking Supertramp concert. Hell yeah.
Would you go to a Fabulous Thunderbirds laughing at CJ concert?
Probably. Would you go to
Fabulous Thunderbirds?
Would you?
I feel like that's like somebody once told me that the dude from the Fabulous Thunderbirds is like Stevie Ray Vaughan's cousin or nephew or brother-in-law or something. I don't remember.
Maybe.
FU Facebook for sure.
Hey, would you go see Loverboy?
Yeah.
So my buddy got a surprise concert and the guy didn't tell him where he was taking him. He's like, "Hey man, we're going to a concert tonight." He's like, "All right, where are we going?" He's like, "Nope, not telling you." He's like, "What?" He's like, "I ain't telling you, but I got your ticket. You ain't gonna pay for shit, and I'm driving you." He's like, "Okay." Gets there, he's like, "Guess what? Loverboy." But he's like, "Dude, I'm a huge Loverboy fan." Like he was actually a fan and got taken to the concert. I was like, "Yes." It was such a good story. Yeah.
Smoke bowl.
Yeah, we do that once in a while. Yeah. I
don't think we've done that yet this morning.
No, I don't. Have you guys smoked? I haven't smoked.
I haven't smoked.
We should smoke.
I think it's too early for Sunday morning slow jams yet. So let's go. Ooh, here we go. This is fitting for this visual too. Here we go.
The morning's here with skies so clear, a new beginning, no room for fear. Coffee steams and the breeze rolls in this space let our joy begin. Cannabis flows like a sweet refrain, easing our hearts, soothing our strain. We rise together, no soul alone, in the cove where peace has grown. Lifted by the light we rise and shine, shine up, shine bright. A brand new day where love's divine. Your side, right here by your side. We walk this path with joy as our guide. Oh joy, let it ride. The cove's a home where kindness lives, a place where every heart forgives. The brass calls out like a morning breeze, harmonies drift through the swaying trees. Cannabis lifts us smooth as the sea, setting us free, just you and me. With every sip, with every laugh, we find our way on this morning's path. Lifted by the light we rise and shine, shine up, shine bright. A brand new day where love's divine. Ooh, love's divine. Coffee and peace with friends at your side, right here by your side. We walk this path with joy as our guide. Oh joy, let it ride. let's share this load. Light our way on this morning's road. Together we rise, hearts open wide. Won't you let it ride? Peace and love with the sun as our guide. Peace and sunlight. Lifted by the light we rise and shine. Shine on, shine bright. A brand new day where love's divine. Ooh, love's divine. Coffee and peace with friends at your side. Right here by your side. We want this path with joy as our guide. Oh joy, let it rise. So gather around, let the spirit glow. Glow, let it glow. Together we rise, together we grow.
Oh shit!
That song is dope.
It is. Last night during the face game, I took my torch out and like super scraped my buster. Got like about a gram of hash out of it for real.
Damn, I saw you were working on it last night, but damn.
Dude, okay, so you want to hear my secret about that? I broke off one of those nail cleaning tools from nail clippers. It is the perfect little freaking scratchy, scrapey fucking tool. It's got the little hook on it.
Ooh, Ma says that she listened to the Tornado song and she doesn't remember. It sounds very galactic. I like that.
You know what?
I mean, I can see that. The 60s, the space race, all that nonsensical shit going on. I could see that.
Listen to the song Robot Rock by Daft Punk. That's very spacey and very robotic. I love that song Robot Rock. It's just, I don't know, man. It's got this weird sound, but it's like, I don't know. It's really cool.
Ooh, okay. I haven't played this one yet. We'll play this song and then we'll figure out our morning speaker situation.
Waking up slow with the sunrise glow. You and me together is the way to go. The world's still asleep but we're wide awake. Coffee on the brew and a bowl to bake. Cove TV's on playing soft and sweet. Cannabis in the air making life complete. We're chilling on the couch, no rush, no plans. Just the sunrise, you, me, and our favorite strands. It's you, me, and the sunrise. A perfect kind of day. With every little moment, I just wanna stay. Cannabis kisses in the morning, soft light. Wake and bake love, everything feels right. Cove TV on, we're lost in the time. Just you, me, and the sunrise. Everything's divine. The sky's painted gold as we light it up. With every little puff, I can't get enough. You smile at me and the world's okay. In this quiet little corner, let's just drift away. Cannabis whispers, gentle and free. It's the language of love, just you and me. Cove TV's vibing, playing all our jams. We're lost in the moment with no other plans. It's you, me, and the sunrise. A perfect kind of day. With every little moment, I just wanna stay. Cannabis kisses in the morning, soft light. Wake and bake love, everything feels right. Cove TV on, we're lost in the time. Just you, me, and the sunrise. Everything's divine. We're caught in the sunrise, wrapped in the gold. With every little puff, I can't get enough. Cannabis dreams at Cove TV's too. Just you, me, in the morning's glow. No rush, no hurry, no clocks inside. Just you, me, and the sunrise light. It's you, me, and the sunrise. A perfect kind of day. With every little moment, I just wanna stay. Just cannabis kisses in the morning, soft light. Wake and bake love, everything feels right. climbs higher and the world wakes up slow, wakes up slow. We're here together, just letting it flow. Oh. Cannabis Cove in a love so true. You, me, and the sunrise, just me and you.
Say it, Man-Bear. That shit was hilarious.
What?
Say it. The fucking message.
I said you found my biggest fans. Dude, I don't know why people don't use wind conservation energy more, like especially in places that are super windy, because the amount of energy those things create is phenomenal.
It's up there. Yeah, it has its pros and cons.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that instead of trying to use natural resources, but that's a whole nother can of worms, right?
I'm not a fucking worm farmer, bro.
Yeah. That's like someone trying to tell me that minks aren't real. You know, like the animal minks. Like
bro, in Laverne, north of Laverne, there's a fucking mink farm. Yeah, it's a farm for minks. They
don't go.
They have little tractors and they drive around and they plant little vegetables. No, I'm just kidding. It's like a fucking hog barn, but minks. Yeah, for real, Angela. There's wind turbines everywhere. This is probably from fucking Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, if everyone didn't think we weren't eventually going to run out of natural electricity and all that shit, I mean, come on, hydroelectric dams and all this are basically what's running the world.
It's all its own beast.
Right.
Let's go with. I gotta find the morning speaker, so let's go with. All right. My favorite Sunday morning song, probably. Ish. Or you're good.
On a Sunday morning, the sky's so clear, the cove awakens, peace draws near. The herbs inhale, the day begins. Inhale the good, exhale your sins. The sunlight kisses every leaf. A gentle toke brings calm relief. Through every puff, the soul set free. Ganja embracing harmony. Inhale, exhale, amen, here we stand. With every puff we understand. The cove is calling, let peace begin. Inhale, exhale, amen, and breathe it in. Inhale, exhale, let joy unfold. Stories shared, connections bold. Lift each other, find strength again. Inhale, exhale, amen. The morning glow, soft waves roll by. In every breath we reach the sky. Sunday's a blessing, a gift to embrace. We slow things down, move at love's pace. Goals are passed with care, with trust. In the cove we do what we must. The herb unites, as laughter flows. Through sacred clouds the spirit grows. Inhale, exhale, amen, here we stand. With every puff we understand. The cove is calling, let peace begin. Inhale, exhale, amen, and breathe it in. Inhale, exhale, let joy unfold. Stories shared, connections bold. Lift each other, find strength again. Inhale, exhale, amen. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, amen, here we stand. A Sunday morning wrapped in gold. With every toke, new stories told. The herb brings peace to hearts in need. A soulful moment, love's gentle creed. In the cove with ganja in hand. Together we rise, together we stand. No rush, no fear, just space to be. Inhale, exhale, serenity. Inhale, exhale, amen, here we stand. With every puff we understand. The cove is calling, let peace begin. Inhale, exhale, amen, and breathe it in. Inhale, exhale, let joy unfold. Stories shared, connections bold. Lift each other, find strength again. Inhale, exhale, amen. Inhale, exhale, inhale,
Much love, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. I'm hoping after the first of the year to get some merch rocking and rolling, Bill. So I'll keep everybody updated on that. Yeah, I'm super excited for next year. All right, let me our morning speaker this morning is the one and only Man-Bear. I don't know. I know he's not a huge fan, but it's okay. Hey, good morning, JP and Rod. I don't know, fuck that up probably, but what up, JP? Hey, I don't know. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. All right, here we go. Our morning speaker this morning is John Mayer. Oh, Man-Bear. This morning's morning speaker is John Mayer. I'm so sorry. Hey, he has an incredible story. Hey, good morning, Kimmy. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Don't judge, Man-Bear. Judge. Don't fucking judge. Oh, I'm not muted. I was going to say other bad words, but I'm just kidding. Much love, you guys. Here we go. Hey, good morning, Brittany. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Oh, and this was a little bit of a longer morning speaker, just so everybody knows. It's a good one. I hope it's a good one. I love John Mayer. He's got an incredible story. And his music's pretty fucking good, too. What up, Christina? No worries, it's Sunday. We are just getting ready to start our morning speaker, John Mayer, this morning. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday morning. Here we go.
John has released 6 studio albums, most recently Paradise Valley, and has won 7 Grammy Awards, one more than our guest on Wednesday, Billy Joel. The event this afternoon will take the form of an interview, but we will have some questions from you at the end. Now, I know that some of you have been queuing since 12 o'clock, so I won't keep you any longer. Please welcome to the chamber, John Mayer.
Hey, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, the first question I wanted to ask this afternoon was, what made you decide to accept our invitation?
I like the idea of not only coming to Oxford, obviously, to speak, but the idea of there being a place where you can be guaranteed that there's going to be a room of people who will understand the ideas or the concepts that you set forth. You can't always guarantee that your audience, whether it's 400 people or 2 people at a dinner, are going to be receptive to the ideas or the concepts that you want to put out there. And so the idea of talking to a room full of people, even if you're not music students, even if you're just curious minds, that's enough for me to be very excited about setting a time and place to enjoy, not having to attenuate the ideas that I want to set forth because somebody is from a different publication or a different outlet, and I have to think about what their sort of containment is and then work within it. I get a little bit cramped intellectually from doing that. So I like the idea of like, hey, meet at this time and place to talk to some smart kids. All right. All right.
Yeah, hopefully we'll live up to those expectations.
Yeah.
You attended one of the most prestigious colleges in the United States, Berklee College of Music in Boston. What was that like, and how has that shaped your career?
Well, you know, I attended it. I always need to make sure that I add that I didn't go for very long. I went for a year, but it was really great, and it wasn't great in a way that would be reflected in any sort of transcripts. But that was music anyway. Music's not supposed to be reflected in transcripts necessarily. And it was really great to come from a town where I was one of the only 2 kids who even played a guitar, and all of a sudden become assimilated into 5,000 guitar players. And that was really interesting, to go from the bedroom into a city that was, basically this amalgam of just musicians, guitar players, drummers, singers. All these people want to do the same thing you want to do. And for me, it was like, I didn't really get into the curriculum at all, but I got to the sort of humanities study of it all was what was really great for me as a musician, because I got to see what everybody was gunning for, how everybody saw themselves, what the race was for, how everybody visualized what success was, or how they visualized themselves. And so the first semester, I went for 2 semesters, and the first semester was a really rigid idea that I was going to be the best guitar player. I was just going to go to become the best guitar player. And then I realized that that's a very sort of like, there's no real way to define what that is anyway. And so I went home for a Christmas break and really thought about what it was I wanted to do, and realized, if you're a guitar player, if you're only a guitar player who's trying to be the best guitar player, then your only fans are going to be fans of that sport. You can't really transcend. Very few guitar players do. And then I realized, I remember saying to myself, I want to be listenable. I want to be listenable. I remember thinking, like, I want this entire student body to become my audience, and that flipped a switch, and unfortunately didn't include Berklee so much in that mission statement anymore, but it was really great. I've made friends that I still have there, and just being able to communicate in this very sort of singular language of having this dream with other people who also have that dream is...
I paused it at a horrible fucking time. What up, Magic? How are you, man? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. Stick around. We're listening to John Mayer's talk. Absolutely, Amber. I fucking love Nietzsche. I probably said that wrong, but I fucking, yeah. Here we go, everybody.
A huge part of the picture of making it,
You might have presupposed my next question, but so you moved from Berkeley in Boston to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Is that sort of your way of trying to get sort of into that new idea of being?
Yeah, I remember thinking, I don't need the instructions anymore. Okay, some people go for 4 years. I get it. Give it to me. I got it. Stop reading the manual. I get it. And from there, because I started writing songs when I was at Berkeley. See, I started ditching class to write songs at Berkeley, and I guess looking back on it, I needed the fuel of that sort of rebellion to kind of push off from and really become something. So I was sleeping through classes and staying up at night recording demos in my room. And then I realized, I get it. This is what I have to go do. And I had made a friend there who lived in Atlanta and said, hey, let's withdraw together and go be an act in Atlanta. And so we did. And I remember the day I walked down the street in Boston, and I went and I withdrew, and they give you a sheet of paper. The canary copy is theirs. The pink copy is yours. See you later. And I walked down the street with it going like, what is this? Like, what have I done? And I remember I bumped into my guitar instructor, one of my guitar instructors, who was like, I don't see you in class anymore. And I said, yeah, I'm not going to class anymore lately. And I said, I just withdrew, as a matter of fact. And the very first moment that I learned that possibly I was going to be okay was he said, well, man, you're a phenomenal player. And if you, he's like, sort of like when your teacher says to you, yeah, I get it. Hit the road, man. Go do it. That was really huge. He said, if you ever need to come back, I'll change your grade. But go get it done, And I remember thinking at that point, okay, this is not the dumbest thing I've ever done. I moved down to Atlanta. And that's how these things happen. They're hip shot, rogue, loose cannon things that happen. They're not ever these very specific, architecturally perfect moves. I moved down to Atlanta. I had no car. I was riding perpetual shotgun with my friend. Didn't drive anywhere. You know, asking your best friend for rides is very taxing after a while. And then just started from there, and you know, looked to play to 30 people, and that turns into 90 people, and then you sell out a place that holds 180, and you know, you keep going from there.
Was that sort of a gradual progression, or was there a moment when you thought like, wow, I've got it now, like done? Like when was the lift off, or was there lift off?
The great thing was that the lift off was so gradual and so perfectly stepped for me, which actually we will review in a later chapter about how that can actually be bad for you eventually. But every month was significantly better than the last. For 5 years, every month was just better than the last in terms of the upticks, you know. So, I mean, we went from, I remember 1999, my goal was to sell out this place called Eddie's Attic before Christmas. And that place held 180. And we did it. And I did it. And I went, I've made it. And that's no different than when I was a kid saying, oh, this is a G chord. Or selling out Royal Albert Hall, or selling out the O2. All you're doing is just scaling up the expectation or the goal. But the feeling is exactly the same. And so 1999, I was playing to 180 people. 2000, I had a record deal. 2001, put a record out and was touring the country. 2002, had my first 1 Grammy Award, playing to, I think at that point, probably 8,000 people a night. And then it just kept going up and up and up and up. And like I say, it's mostly a good thing when you have that opportunity. The problem is you don't realize what it is that you have, because there's no reason to expect or assume that that's crazy. Yeah. Well, it is crazy.
There's no shock factor.
There's none. There's no reason to believe that you can't get out as many eggs from the goose as you just ask for. Because there was really a period of time where you would just point to the scoreboard and nail it, you know. And what you then later on in life do is you have to realize, whoa, that was rare. It was an incredible opportunity. It was an incredible moment. Basically, it comes down to like, that never happens to people. Yeah. But you don't know when it just happens to you. The lens and the sphere of your own life always feels casual and quotidian. I got in quotidian. Got it in. Us Weekly doesn't put quotidian in when you say it. And so by not virtue, but by just the simple fact that it happens to you, it's just, you pass it. This is what happens to people. And then I realized, you know, wow, this was an unbelievable trajectory that just kept going. It's like a craps roll. Yeah. And it's just like, it's like a 45-minute craps roll, you know. Yeah.
So throughout your career, you've played sort of in many different styles, like, and you have an incredible sort of diversity and range.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice to say.
Broadly, you've sort of moved from acoustic rock to sort of a blues genre.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I was always doing both. Yeah.
And sort of, do you have a favorite? Any particular reason for the change?
Well, I've always loved both, right? So I grew up listening to. I grew up in the golden era of the '80s, where like this. And this is where I have to really tread lightly, because I don't want to put any music down. But in the 80s, it's better music. So because you would get, it was just more, there was more music per square inch in the music. So it's very rare nowadays to have a hit song also be musically complex. They're almost sort of, you know, they're antithetical to one another. But in the 80s, the biggest hit in the world could be one of the most well-composed, beautifully sort of played things, like, you know, Genesis and the Police. That's really complex stuff. Stuart Copeland playing the drums. That's his. If the Police came out today, you know, they wouldn't be popular for some reason or another, because of the way they play. They'd sort of intimidate the listener, you know. And so I grew up in a household where just the normal everyday turning the channels, you were hearing really incredible, well-composed, well-performed music. So I was always weaned on that, right? So I always came up on what I didn't realize was very dense music composition. But then I discovered guitar. So that was the other half of this thing, was like, I always loved pop music. I always loved Huey Lewis and the News. Huey Lewis and the News is a blues band, you know? Phil Collins is an R&B freak, you know? There was a strain of musicality, of a heritage R&B blues, really a strong presence there. Then when I picked up the blues, in that this sort of became the big quest in my life, and the answer is to put them both together. Yeah. That's when I'm the happiest. If you ever see me do a blues thing, it's because I did too much pop thing. Yeah. And I really shouldn't have to do that. If I compose correctly, I should be doing both at the same time. And all the songs that I look at on a set list every night and go, I can't wait to play that. Those are the songs where the mix of the two is perfect. And when I hit it, it's fantastic. And when I don't, I have to play one song after the other to get the same effect. So I have to actually play a pop song and then a blues song to get that same effect, that when I am at my best, I can play one song that combines the both of them.
Like in the 80s. Right?
Like in the 80s, yeah. I mean, like, no one thinks that stuff is corny. You know, it survived because it still was connected to the heritage of, there were like even metal bands, right? Like even you could take a metal band, the guy had hair out to here, and you can say, ha, ha, ha. Well, those guys were sitting on the edge of their bed for hours. They were sort of the original nerds. They were the original cool nerds, were like guys in metal bands, right? Like all these guys from Rat and Poison, and, they were shredding, and shredding means sitting in a room yelling, Mom, I'm practicing, for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And I really think that ethic was very important,
So do you ever see yourself revisiting some of your earlier styles, the sort of the days of the John Mayer trio, anything along those lines?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I suffer from the curse of options.
It's not a bad curse to suffer from.
It is if you only have a life expectancy of like, 80, what is it now, 79.5 or something for a guy. If you're a rock star, it's 34. I'm living on borrowed time. It's not for me. It's like, most people have time management problems in a day or a week, and I think sometimes I stress out because I have like time management problems in a lifespan. and I get frustrated with touring. How many years am I really going to have where I'm fertile and good at this? And do I want to spend 75% of those years on the road? So it's really hard. It's kind of my biggest challenge. I think it's actually, if I were to like self-diagnose here, it's been a little bit of the problem as to why people have difficulty understanding / appreciating who I am as an artist, because I haven't necessarily made the statement and restated it and restated it and restated it so that people could all get on board with the same statement. Because I need to do the next thing that moves me so that I can move forward and keep evolving, I think sometimes by the time people go to the breadcrumbs I lay out for one thing, I'm already gone. And so that's really not been great for me commercially, but I think artistically, I think you'll just have to sort of look at it all from, an aerial view and go, well, it's okay, I'm giving up sort of being the most popular thing of the day to sort of write this much longer sort of script, which is, wow, that's a guy we're looking at the letters in the word going, oh, G. Oh, I don't know about G this year, but if you zoom out, you can see, oh, there's something actually being composed here of a larger sort of swath. Like, I will let you into this. When I was home for a long time and I had nothing to do, I got a little insane, but also kind of brilliant in a weird, like, get off my lawn sort of way. I was very intrigued by Bob Dylan and how for every point you can make about why Bob Dylan is brilliant, you could make another counterpoint as to why you would never want to include Bob Dylan in your dreams of being a musician, right? Because of one reason or another. It's just a great thing to do, to look at somebody that you really admire almost to the point of, you know, obsession, and humanize them and break it down and look at it, instead of looking at something 30 years after its heyday, where everything gets crystallized into brilliant, awesome, he went electric, and everybody went boo, and he went, yeah, take it. And the world went, yeah, we love it. Well, you have to break that down and get into it and look at it linear, look at it like you're in that moment looking forward. So I went to Wikipedia, and I took every single record he ever put out, the year it came out, and the top chart position that it got to, and I graphed it. And so this was the top chart position. It went from like 1 to 70 something. So that was how wide it was. And I went across this way, and this thing goes like, it looks like an EKG going across. Now, if you're only honing in on one moment, right, where it goes from 3 to 20, on the chart, it's moving about a half an inch. But if you have just put a record out that has underperformed, quote unquote, so that now you've slipped, and the press, imagine going from 3 to 20 this year. The press will eat you alive. He's done. Your label will drop you. They'll say he's a has-been. Never mind. Good night. On to the next guy. Oh, these 3 clones. They played. One's a DJ. Other one does backflips. And the other one, like, oh, that's really impressive. Fine. But your attention will shift. But if you look at it like this, that becomes the most impressive shape your career can possibly take. 1, 4, 20, 4, 70. 74, 30, 1. Yeah. That's, to me, I think the way that you can be around forever is not to do whatever it takes to hook yourself to the number 1 position, because if you do that, then the constant is number 1 at the expense of the variable being whatever it takes to be number 1. And that's also a ticket out. Yeah. It's sort a ticket
1, 1, 1, 70, 100. 200.
70, sick. I mean, now at least it's compressed enough now, the way that the world works, where my last record came in at number 2. That's incredible. I had a cake with a number 2 made.
Hey, good morning, Greenway Girl. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning. We're just hanging out doing our Cove TV Morning speaker this morning. It is John Mayer. Just fucking love John Mayer.
So that nobody forgot around me that, number 1, I'm not upset, and I will never be upset at chart position. I'm going this way, not this way, you know. And also so everyone else could realize that their hard work is still paying off. Mm-hmm. This jockeying for one, jockeying for real estate in people's minds every single day, it's highly impatient. And I find that, I think impatience is a turnoff. Yeah.
So without asking you to sort of divulge anything, where, you've spoken about your variations, where are you heading now?
I don't know if you know this, most people don't have to ask me to do that. Okay. Where am I heading now?
Yeah, after Paradise Valley.
Oh, I'm starting to think about it. I have not written a song since Wildfire, which was like the very last thing that went on the Paradise Valley record, and that was like June. I think I need to make a record that sort of brings everything back into focus. I've really enjoyed, and I still enjoy, the sort of simplicity of some of these compositions, but I feel like it's time to make a record that takes a while. Although Born and Raised took quite a while. Born and Raised was a very well thought thing. Paradise Valley was my first experience and experiment with, hey, here's a bonus record. You can't hate it because it wasn't supposed to be here anyway. So enjoy it. But then I realized that does make a statement. People do clock that. So I think what I need to do, sort of in keeping with the previous conversation, I think that I've got to make a record that is the ultimate sort of here I am, So I think it's time to go back and, it's like in the movies where the ex-Marine grows the long beard and long hair and takes off to like Tibet or something.
Yeah.
And then there's always a moment he's like, I don't do that anymore. And then he shows up at the Pentagon and he's totally clean shaven. And he's like, where do we start? I may be shaving the beard soon.
Yeah.
I may be shaving the beard soon and saying, you know, let's really take time and put together the blues, the R&B, soul, blues ethic, the guitar playing thing, which I've never really been super excited about purposefully being, you know, like having guitar histrionics. It's never really been.
Not shredding.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because when I went to Berkeley, I saw people do it, and I was like, you know. But I do think that I'm getting kind of this place in my life where if you can, man, just do it. Yeah. You know, I had this moment where in my youth, I was really frenetic and everything was like blah, 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 blah. And then I hit this mode where it was like less is more. And now as I get into my later 30s, I'm like, if you can do it all the time, you know? You do it all the time as long as you can do it. Just shred. Show people what you can do, you know? So it's just sort of this arc also of how fancy you think you are and find yourself to be.
On that note, and I was speaking to Michael about this earlier, I know that you had some throat surgery not too long ago, and that was difficult. And obviously, you know, you're speaking perfectly fine today. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? I know you've had to do some Botoxy stuff.
Yeah, Botoxy. Botoxy, yeah. I had botulism inserted into my neck by way of a hypodermic syringe.
That's unfortunate.
It worked. It worked immediately. The one thing I learned was that medicine, the world of medicine doesn't know everything. It's not a complete map. Not every single area of that globe has been charted. And you don't know that till you hit something and you go, oh, we don't have any idea where we are right now. You know, when a doctor tells you, like, I remember the first guy I really talked to on the phone about, he went, oh boy. And that's not good when a doctor says that to you. Yeah, you got one, kid. This is a tough, and then when doctors give you like 9 options, and each option kind of cancels out the next one and the one before it. So at the end, you can't, there's no clear, you know, you get to that, like, what would you do if you were me thing?
Hey, good morning, Smoka. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning. We're just hanging out giving our morning speaker. It's John Mayer this morning. He's got an incredible story.
And really all it was this like an abrasion in my throat. Because of where it was, my throat kept working, singing, talking. It wouldn't heal. So it was like having a cut on your hand, they said, and just not stop clapping. So the first thing was with an operation that tried to cut it out, hoping that the healing would be easier. I don't know. Then I met a guy who said, here's what we do. We shoot you up with Botox. It paralyzes the vocal cords. So you can't clear your throat. You can't, you know, you can't close them even if you tried. And I said, great, when does that happen? And he says, right now. And I was just like, you know, and it was that moment, it was like, I really thought about athletes, right? Athletes, they work at the highest level of physicality that a human being can have. So in a way, these 2 little muscles right here, sort of like being a basketball player or a football player. Your football, not mine. I know my audience.
Good save, yeah.
Thank you. No, actually, I actually was thinking Arsenal when I said that. I only know one team. It's Arsenal. Where if you're performing at this high a level, and what I mean by high level, I mean sort of these large stages where there's crowds of 25,000 people each night. I immediately in that office thought about athletes. And athletes sort of hand their body over to the team. They go, yeah, cut the knee out, whatever you like. Take the cartilage out, whatever you need. I'll be back in 2 years. You know, I thought about Peyton Manning, who had a neck issue and wasn't on the field for a while. I thought about Kobe Bryant, who continually has problems with his fingers, and Dwayne Wade or Chris Bosh's knee or something like that, you know, that, okay, your body is sort of now handed over to this sort of Olympian level thing that you do. So if something happens to it, you don't really necessarily have a say or even have a self that embodies that. So I was like, yeah, put it in, we got to do it. And so they actually injected it through the neck from the outside. He feels around and then he goes and pushes it through you feel a needle go through the neck, through your throat. And then he's like, okay, that's that side. and in those moments, you stare at whatever the dumb picture on the doctor's office wall is, or you stare at some arbitrary thing and it becomes sort of, you have this bond with it because you're staring at it. And you go like, you're like, and this is what you have to say to yourself. I love music. I love singing. I love doing this. I'll see you later. I'll do it again. We'll be back. I love this too much. And it's what you have, but it's no different than getting that slip from Berkeley, going like this. I love music. They're leaps of faith because you want to do what you love and you have no other choice but to move forward because backwards is screwed. Yeah. You know, you just burnt backwards down. There's no backwards anymore. It's that, and then in a way, sometimes I think we do that so we don't leave ourselves an option. There's no debate. It's this way because there's nothing back there. There's all FU back there. This is, I got to go forward. So I never really freaked out. I had a difficult time, but I knew I love music. I love singing. I love being an artist. And I'm also in some odd way, somewhere in the middle of my own biography that will say, and then in 2011, he had this. And if you sort of commit to the extremes that I do in my life, I realized very early on that I was going to commit to extremes. Then one of the extremes, as well as getting a Grammy on your second year of playing on stage, is also going to be having an ailment that's going to take you out of the game for a minute. And it's when you realize that, oh, okay, so there's sort of this balance that's happening overall. And it's not happening here. It's happening all the way to the left and all the way to the right. You go, that's a crazy way to live, but I'm sort of signed up for the ride now. Present company and experience included here, because this is really out of my element.
I know another big change you made. You moved sort of to Montana. You sort of try to get away from everything. Yeah. You try to get a sort of a rural setting. Yeah. What was that like? Why did you do that? And did that help you musically?
Great. It was perfect. It saved my life. Saved my life. Or? Yeah, because I wouldn't have had much of a life if I were still in my head the way that I was a couple of years ago. And it saved my life because it took me out of this perceived noise, this perceived activity, this perceived war that didn't exist. And it said, you sit here. And I did it. I mean, I said, I'm going to sit there. And it's really hard at first to feel the fear of missing out and sit through it. But in a way, I had the help, which was there's nothing we could do anyway. I wouldn't have been able to keep myself in the woods if I could have gone played, because I would have just looked to going to play to get the boost that I needed to get. And that's the way my whole life went. And in a way, I'm really glad this happened to me, because all I would do is book a show. If you hurt someone's feelings, if you did something like in your personal life where you haven't called a friend back in forever and they chewed you out, or if you feel bad about yourself when you should, right? You feel bad about yourself in a moment that would probably provide you with some sort of perspective and learning, and you go, not going to feel it, let's go play. Then you're denying yourself growing up.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning. We're just hanging out doing our morning speaker. This morning's morning speaker is John May.
And I could always pick up a guitar and I could always be great. And while I was playing, I could say, why do I ever worry about what anybody thinks? And then, of course, when you take the guitar off, you're just raw nerves. And so because I couldn't just go rely on that as my protection, I had to really sort of grow up in the interim that I had been successful for all at once, And when I figured it out, I was like, thank God I still have a career after figuring it out. Because a lot of people figure it out when they don't have a career. A lot of people go, I get it. Let's do a show. And they go, nobody likes you, you know? So that was really great to get away. Some of the greatest times in the world were like coming back into LA, but knowing what I knew, not just about the world anymore, but like knowing what I knew about where the mugs are, or like where the dog lays, or like, you know, when sunset is, or like where you have to go see, you know, the greatest view. And I had something that belonged to me, which I'd never had, because I always belonged to something else. I always belonged to an idea of making it, world domination. Why not keep doubling down? Because I turned 800 into 1600 and 1600 into 32 and 32 into 64. And that allowed me to stop and go, about time to become a person, you know? And I had a rapid sort of deceleration. Yeah. And then once I got that slow, I was like, I now have an advantage to my life as a celebrity. Because you're not full of it. If you say celebrity in there, you're fine. Because watch this. Let's try it out if I didn't say the quotes. Because, you know, life is a celebrity. Don't you realize that's very important now? That gives me such a leg up because I now can, I don't want to say this the wrong way, but I can kind of appreciate nonsense instead of take it on as the enemy. I sort of appreciate it as something I know how to turn off because I just have a no gossip, no magazine, TMZ, blah, blah, blah rule at my house because I might as well not have a gate. If you let people into your mind like that, you might as well not even have a gate. You know, people lock their door. Celebrities spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on security and then get on the internet every morning and look at all this stuff online that makes them feel terrible. And it's like, they got in. You know, they got in over the fence, you know? And so if you're really going to live well, the mind is so important to like not have unwanted visitors, you know?
I think I'm right in saying there was some time when you've considered quitting music. Is that true?
Yeah. I've always thought, there was one time in particular, okay. Yeah.
And sort of going on studying design or something's always been a passion of yours?
Yeah, I really love design. Yeah. Actually, I just finished making Continuum, handed it in, and my manager played it for the head of the label. And I was, what'd he say? What'd he say? What'd he say? And the call, I remember where I was. The call came in and he said, he doesn't hear anything on it. He doesn't hear a hit. Wants you to go back and write some more stuff. And I was just like, how can you not hear how special this record is? And I just thought, if I can't do this, I'm done. And the record went on to be really, really successful. And my most successful record to date, I think. And it taught me a big lesson, which is like, listen to someone's record twice before you give a point of view on it. So now if anyone ever plays me a song, I go, play it again. You know, people a lot of times assume what it is they must be saying to you. And so, but that day I thought, I'm just gonna go to Parsons and I love design and I love where it's heading and I wanna have something to do with it. And I'm still amateur at it. But.
And how long did that feeling sort of disillusionment, or that specific feeling of disillusionment last for?
A couple days.
Okay, right.
But then you pick it, a couple days. Then you pick yourself up off the floor. But like, I didn't say like, I'm gonna quit music and go smoke crack. I said, I'm gonna quit music and go to school, which I would have promptly dropped out of to start my own design company because I have to do those kind of things. I can't actually follow the curriculum. But design's weird now. It's not. I wouldn't want to be a designer right now because it's going through its pop phase, and it has to or whatever. But I wouldn't want to be a designer now with the sort of celebrity aspect of what design now means, which I wouldn't want to be a part of. I actually do design stuff, and I won't tell you what it is because I should not need to. Okay. You know what I mean? You should like it on your own. You know. So I'm still very interested in it, but I never want to be. I never want to have a John Mayer line of something. I wouldn't want to win that way or lose that way.
Yeah.
I want to lose fair and square. They didn't know it was you. They just didn't like it. Okay, I can learn from that.
No, I had something to ask. Without putting you in too awkward of a position, what is the work, the song, the album, which you're most proud of? That sounds so corny, but I thought.
No, it's not corny. Well, you know.
Good morning, Jeremy. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. We're saying not doing our morning speaker. It's John Mayer.
You have one.
If I have one, well, I know now that Continuum is the record that it was sort of the best representation of what I could do. It was really cohesive. It was really in the moment.
Had that mix of
Had the mix. It was also a time in my life where I was very open-minded. I wasn't self-protective. I was still riding my bike down Venice Beach, and I wasn't worried who was taking my pictures. Well, I wasn't guarded, I guess you should say. But I will say, and I think it could be believed now because it's not like my latest record, it's Born and Raised was the most incredible experience I ever had making a record. You know, it doesn't have to be someone's or everyone's favorite for me to be able to tell you that discovering that record by way of each and every song coming out and going, oh, I have you now. That was really a remarkable time. That's when I needed music the most, and that's when being a composer really came in and made me feel great.
And when what's it like writing new songs, and what is your goal? Like, do you have a starting point? Do you start with lyrics? Do you start with the music, or does it just sort of happen?
It's hard to explain. I know it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
I've never written a sheet of lyrics and gone in and sang them. There's a certain kind of arrogance that I've trained myself to have, where I take a song that doesn't exist and I pretend it into existence by way of the arrogance, I think, of forgetting that that's not really a song yet and playing it like it is. It's really, arrogance is sort of a fun word to pick, but it's really so hard to explain. You're like sneaking up on this feeling, and once you find it, it's like lucid dreaming. It's like you got to be wise enough to know you're in the dream to control it, but not too excited while you're controlling it to wake up from the excitement. So you realize you got something, and you're like, give me a pen, you know, and you can't break the trance, because if you break the trance from excitement, then you don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
And so really what it's about is playing. Hearing when something's happening, but not letting your hands stop and letting it keep going. And so you have to encourage yourself and persuade yourself. And when the arrogance comes in, is like, everything you're doing is great. Everything you're doing is great. Just everything's great. Everything's great. You're badass. You're so badass. That doesn't suck. That doesn't suck. Because that's not the time to tell yourself it sucks anyway, because you don't know.
Yeah. So
it's really interesting to go into that pure make-believe. Wouldn't it be cool if I had a song that went like, "Ba-ba, I turn it on the corner, but a ba-ba later, ba-ba later." I don't know, let's try it. Let's do it that fast. You know, that's just a thing off the top of my head, you know, and it's like, how, if you can get that, if you can not be scared of that, then it's really an incredible moment to just continually throw yourself in these moments. Co-writing is very hard for me sometimes. I don't do it most of the time because if you have a different writing style, a lot of times I come off very overbearing, not like I haven't today, but sometimes it can throw someone off, and I can always tell that we'll never finish the song when they go, I'm going to finish this at home. And they go, no, you're not. Like, the way that I do it is to go into a moment and fight the emptiness of the moment for something.
That neatly brings me on to my next question, which is about collaborations.
Yeah.
So I know your most recent single, Who You Love, is of course a duet written and performed with Katy Perry.
Yeah.
What was that like to do, to write, to perform, and how is that different from your other collaborations? I know you
That's a good question.
with Frank Ocean as well on the recent album.
Yep. What was that like? Well, I wouldn't have brought her a song if I didn't think it was going to be great. She wouldn't have said that she would do it if she didn't think it was going to be great. So it was a completely artistic transaction. And I think the power of the song protected me, certainly. I don't know about her, but protected me from the feeling of it being a little too cute. I certainly didn't say, and this is where directionality of an idea really comes in to play. That song would have been completely different if I'd sat there and said, hey, let's do a duet.
Yes.
Would I ever have written Who You Love? No, it would have been something completely different. And so you can have two people in a room doing something that, you know, the mission statement could be the same in two different situations. But if the directionality of the idea comes from a pure place, or you're just playing and I go, hey, I think I got a song for you, then that, the quality or the, let's call it like the dignity of a song can explain a lot about why did you do a song with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
The dignity of the song itself and the quality of it sort of stands up for, yeah, a pretty interesting.
The song explains why that.
It explains why we would have gone in the studio to do that, but it certainly wasn't hair twirling with like, you know what we should do, because we both know there's more reasons not to do that.
Yeah. Okay, now I've got one question before we take some questions from the audience. You're heavily involved with charity work.
Yeah.
And heavily involved with supporting veterans charities in the US. And I know that $1 out of every ticket you sell goes to a veterans charity.
Yeah.
What made you get involved with those charities specifically?
Well, I think it's important to say that up until the point where I realized that this was going to be, we've got some leg up fans here I see in the photographer crowds. I've gone leg folded in a couple more shots. He's now checking the leg fold. He's like, we've got some movement. We've got some movement. Let me just get through all these moves right now. I gotta be very honest. Yeah. I wondered, and I've never told anybody this before, but I always wondered, was there something wrong with me in that I didn't have a charity? Am I a cold, heartless son of a bitch because I have a charity, I don't have a cause? I hear other people talking about it, but I'm not talking about it. Am I cold, dead inside, and everything is just about me? And then in about 2007, I went with a friend of mine who was an Israeli Krav Maga instructor down to a military camp, military base in North Carolina. And I didn't go as a celebrity. There weren't cameras. I went in under the radar. I was wearing, fatigues, and I was there on a whole different capacity. And what I saw was so stirring and moving, deeply moving. What I saw was never going to be presented to me in any other way that I was going to find on television or the internet. Yeah. This was not converted into media information. It wasn't streamlined. It wasn't compartmentalized. It was a real feeling. I had a real experience with this culture. And from then on, I went, this is it for me. This is where my passion involuntarily gets lit up for this. Part of the reason it's great is because I was slightly involved in like on the fringes of the sort of green movement, sort of carbon footprint, the inconvenient truth year or so. But found very quickly that people who don't want to, not everybody, I have to be careful, it's not everybody, people who would like to continue their inaction on something, the easiest way to do that is to argue the existence of it. I didn't break the vase because there is no vase. You know what I mean? Like this really highly philosophical thing of like, there is nothing to fix is a really great way to ignore the question of if there was, how would we fix it? Yeah. And I was very discouraged by that when I saw it. What I found secondarily, it wasn't my first thought, in the cause of caring for returning combat veterans was, wow, this is a debate club. This is a fantastic way to corner someone in a debate, because you have to then move on to the next question. how would we fix it? How will we
No
fix
one
it?
denies that.
You can't deny the existence of it. And it was one of the very few things that I think, as a cause or a movement or a call to action, that you can't continue to lull yourself into inaction by saying, I personally believe it doesn't exist. And don't you encroach on my personal beliefs, because in my belief system, it doesn't exist. And do you want to go down as being someone who argued my belief system? Because they're my beliefs. You go like this. You know. There's no way to put your energies into that. You have to then talk about what there is to fix. There's no controversy. Mm-hmm. There's no. You end up sounding like a dick any way you put it, other than what can I do to help? And that was very interesting to me, and that was very compelling to me. In addition to, obviously, for me, seeing that there was this incredible need. I mean, it is glacially large as a need. You know, the number of people returning and the depth into their life, the relative shallowness into their lifespan they are. They're in the first quarter of their life. Yeah. You know, they're 22 years old. You can't tell someone who's 22 that they're condemned to their experiences for the rest of their life. Mm-hmm. You couldn't tell anyone in this room that you're condemned to your experiences for the rest of your life. But to a lot of these guys and girls coming home, the sort of template here is once a vet, always a vet. However you are when you get home, that's it. And if you can't be inspired by looking at that sort of metric and go, wow, we've got the resources, the money, the time, and the sort of infrastructure to do it, let's just do it. This is the easiest thing to do. You'd have to then admit, I don't want to help. Get up and leave, which I would be very excited to see one day. It's just somebody just totally implode under that, you know.
Dang, that was a really good one.
Yeah, I wrote down a few things.
I fucking love John Mayer. I think he's an incredible artist. He's got an amazing story.
He does. I'm not okay. So I'm gonna be honest. You know my feelings on John Mayer.
Oh yeah.
I respect him, so I'm not gonna bash him because that's not what I do. Even my jokes about Taylor Swift, I will give her that she is an amazing artist and she does her thing. Okay, like that's respect. You know. So for this John Mayer one, man, there's so much. Like he has an incredible story where he talks about, my favorite part, I think, was where, you know, even when he's writing a song, pretend that it's already a song.
Yep,
so you play it like you're on stage playing it.
You know,
like the one thing I did write down, like I wrote down some things he didn't say, but I got from it. So I wrote down, too many options breeds anxiety. So when you have too many options in front of you, you literally go, whoa, and then so the too many options leads to FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. Yep. So when you see 10 options and you only get to pick one, you think about those other 9 options you missed out on, which breeds to FOMO. So he talks about stuff that really hits home for honestly anybody I've talked to, myself. And when it comes to music, for me, I can just think about an artist's name and one of their songs starts playing in my head. So I did write down a couple. So just give me 30 seconds and I'm done here. So I did write down a couple of artists that always to me have been so influential in the music industry since, like, you know, I want to say the 60s and up. I'm missing a lot of people, but I wrote down Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, Bill Collins, Freddie Mercury, Axl Rose, Slash, Tom Morello, Bob Marley, Tracy Chapman, and Kurt Cobain. Because to me, every time I think of those people, their songs just go boom and like just pop right into my head. Listen to music every day. You know, try to get back to your roots. Don't forget who you are. And remember that 2 steps forward and 1 step back is still 1 step forward.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Yeah, I am a huge John Mayer fan. I've always been a huge. This Continuum album is my favorite album for sure.
So the song, oh God, I'm gonna get this wrong. Was it Billie Jean? I can't remember. The what's his name? Van Halen did the solo for that Michael Jackson song. And everyone always asks him, well, oh man, like, what did you get paid for doing that song? He's like, what? He's like, what do you mean? What did I get paid? He's like, it was a Michael Jackson song. He's like, I did it because it was a Michael Jackson song. And he's like, hey, we need someone to do a solo. He's like, yeah, let's go do it. He did it for free. Like, that's a musician, someone who's put in a position where they could probably have made thousands of dollars on playing one solo in a song that's played every day by thousands of people. Nah, I just did it because I knew I could do it, and it was an amazing song, good artist. That's music. That's a musician.
So probably my favorite John Mayer song ever is "Slow Dancing in a Burning Room." Cheers, everybody.
It's not a silly little moment. It's not the storm before the calm. This is the deep and dying breath of this love that we've been working on. Can't seem to hold you like I want to, so I can feel you in my arms. Nobody's gonna come and save you. We pulled too many false alarms. We're going down, and you can see it too. We're going down, and you know that we're doomed, my dear. We're slow dancing in a burning room. The one you always dreamed of. You were the one I tried to draw. How dare you say it's nothing to me? Baby, you're the only light I ever saw. I make the most of all the sadness. You'll be a bitch because you can. You try to hit me just to hurt me, so you leave me feeling dirty because you can't understand. We're going down.
Yeah, the musical composition that goes into that song is outrageous.
All right. Man-Bear apologizes. Maybe I should give John a little more of a chance.
No,
That was pretty diggity.
I'll send you
You know
5
what?
John Mayer songs to change your opinion.
Fine, but you got to send them to me because I'm a stoner and I'll forget. But anyways, I will give John a chance for sure. I appreciate music. I've been playing guitar since I was 12 years old. I haven't played in a while. I jammed yesterday a little bit. So when he was talking about playing songs that don't exist, that's all of my music.
Yeah,
they are
for real.
songs.
That's what when I start kind of making music, making a song or whatever, I'm like,
That's so cool.
what is this? You know, like, I don't know.
we talk about flow state, about flow state where you get into that.
For real.
So when I get into my guitar flow state, if you try to get my attention, that guitar might come flying at you, because I get to a point where my hands start doing their own thing when I'm playing guitar. That's the only way to put it.
Oh
Is
yeah, absolutely.
I have my own catalog of music, but I know that my fingers all of a sudden just start moving, and I'm like, oh, we're playing this song now? Thanks, guys. I like this one,
Right. And then like how he was talking about, like, in the moment you just gotta be like, nope, it's awesome, it's awesome, it's awesome, it's awesome, it's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll give John Mayer that. He's got the right positive attitude, because, I mean, we all come from trauma, and a lot of us have PTSD and stuff. But, a lot of these morning speakers, they breed questions more than answers, and they give you paths more than solutions, because not all of what the morning speakers do will, I say, like you say, the 80-20 rule. I agree with about 80% of the morning speakers, and honestly, about 70% of them do relate to something with me or somebody I know. So
yeah,
it
absolutely.
is.
I try to do like 4 to 5 good, like, definitely diving deep into like mindfulness, thought-provoking type stuff, and then I try to do maybe a little comedy, or like I try to do the sports ones on Dodgeball mornings, because it's just you can take a lot from somebody's story if you take it a lot to do with perspective. It's a lot of perspective, and so if you can look at it from a different perspective. You can take a lot from that story. Even like when he was talking about, the stuff that he was talking about with music, I was kind of looking at like, man, if he would change like a couple words, like production or, whatever it may be, like that hits me. That's me. I mean, I don't know.
And we talked about the other morning was about pivot points and seizing opportunities and stuff. And, he talked about going back to, like, he talked about the John Mayo Trio, which was one of the original groups, right? Which is cool, because a lot of people forget about your roots and where you came from and stuff. And I think it's important. And I understand that, we didn't all come from a good place, but to remember that and learn from it is what I think we should take. 2 more things I wanted to mention. He talked about appreciating the ridiculousness, and how much, like, I'm going to put it in my words, is how much you need to diffuse that ridiculousness that's not important. And you really have to find, every one of you has something special, but you have to see it. You have to see it in yourself. You have to try to stay positive. Sometimes I understand it's very hard to stay positive. I dance and listen to ridiculous music while I do dishes, and I honestly always say, try to dance your stress away. If you can't dance, just listen to the music, I don't know.
This one really, I always say, like, I can go through, and like I would say 95%, 90% of the people in the comments, I could sit and pick out things that I find, that I connect with individually with that person.
So I wrote a song 24 years ago that, like, I'm not a singer. I will say that I'm definitely like a guitar player, but I'm not a singer. It's not because I have a horrible voice. It's just I've never been able to really do that, sing and play the guitar at the same time. And I've never really had any formal training. I'd love to get some, but, because I'm actually a pretty good guitar player. But the song I wrote 24 years ago, I'm still changing. So you talked about like adaptability and stuff. Like, I just wrote a new part of it like yesterday. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like, it hit my ear right. I was like, well, what if I play it like this? And I had really good guitar teachers that were in bands. It wasn't that they were teaching guitar in high school. It was that they were actual musicians playing bands, going to clubs, trying to make it for themselves. So they had real, John Mayer style experience in a way. We got
time. Let's do a Bruce too.
I do one last quick fact about what I shared with you yesterday about YouTube 2024 recap gave me the last year of music I've been listening to on YouTube, which was absolutely incredible. So it gave me the last,
crazy.
And like the most popular. Yeah, Bruce too. Sorry. I know I'm talking a lot, but you put a music one on. What do you expect, brother?
Right. No, you're good, man. All right.
All right, so not too long ago, my fiance and I decided to be soccer coaches. Because let's be honest, I'd make a great goddamn soccer coach for a bunch of little kids. There's only one little problem with this. We don't know shit about soccer. But the good thing is we're teaching a bunch of 4-year-olds. They don't know shit about soccer either. I'll just teach them the 3 things that I know about soccer, and they can just figure out the rest on their own. All right, you guys know how to kick stuff, right? I kick the shit out of my little brother all the time. No, well, perfect. You're practically a soccer player already. So we have a few practices to figure out what kind of skill sets these kids carry. For instance, we have little Mario on our team. His trademark is that he likes to jump over the ball when it comes to him. Try to explain it to him like, Mario, your ass is not going to get on a Wheaties box if you keep leapfrogging the goddamn soccer ball. He was also really good at pointing out any airplanes that were in the sky. You just stop right in the middle of practice, point up at the sky. Ooh, airplane, airplane. That's great, Mario. But if it's not about to crash into this goddamn soccer field, I could really give two shits about that airplane. Now get your little air traffic controller ass over here and kick the ball. Poor kid was just really excited about airplanes. He just wanted to share it with the world. Holy fuck, look at that airplane in the sky. Is this not a big deal to you people? We also had two girls on the team that were sisters. They wouldn't step foot on the soccer field unless they were holding hands with each other. So they'd be out there, hand in hand, like they got a game of Red Rover going on somewhere. They're clotheslining kids left and right. Hey, why don't you guys try playing by yourself? Because I don't do shit without my sister! Okay, all right, whatever. Holy hell. Take some Xanax, you psychopath. So our first game rolls around, and if you think handling one team of 4-year-olds is a lot to handle, try having two teams out there. It was pure chaos. You got kids out there doing cartwheels and shit, players kicking the ball into their own goal. God damn it, Billy! You are bastardizing the sport of soccer! All the parents are looking at us like, hey, asshole. What kind of circus show is this? What the hell have you been teaching our kids? They would kick the ball out of bounds. The referee would blow the whistle. They'd just totally ignore it and keep on going. Stop! Wait a minute! You'd have all the kids trying to pick the ball up with their hands. And the first couple times they do it, you try to explain it to them nicely. Oh, sweetheart, you can't pick up the ball with your hands. You don't do that in soccer. But then after repeating yourself 5,000 times, you just get sick of it. And you're like, God damn it, Billy! If you pick that ball up with your hands again, I'm going to chop them both off with a machete. She's just joking. We don't have a machete, I don't think. Now, there are only so many 4-year-olds playing soccer, so every weekend we would play against the same team. And there was one kid on that team that would pretty much score all their goals. But the thing is, he was like a foot taller than everybody else on the field. What the hell? How old is that kid out there? Somebody check his birth certificate. I'm pretty sure we graduated high school together. The kid had like stubble on his face and shit. He's out there smoking a cigarette like, all right, let's hurry this shit up. I gotta pick my kids up from daycare in a half hour. So we pretty much watched him beat the hell out of our team for the whole game. It was especially bad in the second half because by the time the third quarter rolls around, nobody wants to play soccer anymore. They want to go home and do whatever kids do these days. I just want to eat fruit roll-ups and watch weird-ass Spider-Man videos on YouTube. You'd have kids laying down in the field. Billy's over there digging in his ass crack. God damn it, Billy. Your great-grandma made it out here to watch it today. Her ass has emphysema. She's only got so many days left. You think she wants to spend them watching you fiddle with your asshole all day long? I don't think so. There'd be one kid crying on the field at all times, it seemed like it was in the goddamn rule book. They'd just be sitting down, having a mental breakdown. Their parents are taking pictures of them and shit. You'd have a coach on one knee, trying to be a mini psychiatrist. What are you crying for? You're 4 years old, for Christ's sake. Wait till you're old like me and you get divorced. Then you gotta sit at home every night by yourself, eating Hungry Man TV dinners, just waiting to die. Get your ass up and play some soccer. And then out of nowhere, the referee blows the whistle and the game's over. Everybody gets some goldfish and a Pacific Cooler Capri Sun. All the coaches are all stressed out. I run out to the parking lot and slam 6 beers down while nobody's looking. All right, team, that was a good game. Billy, you scored 3 goals today, but they were all in our own net, so way to go. Mario, you pointed out 4 airplanes and 1 helicopter. That's a new FIFA world record, all right. And ladies, well, you clotheslined a kid and broke his collarbone, so that's pretty sweet too. I expect more of the same next week. Go, team, go.
Bruce, dude.
What the fuck did you put on?
That's fucking great.
I was like, oh, that's cool. Then I was like, wait, they're 4? I'm like, oh, fuck. 4 planes and a helicopter. You know what's really fucked up? It's so distracting when you're playing soccer and a plane flies over.
That's fucking great.
And you're like, oh, what the fuck is that? Everyone fucking... And somebody gets hit in the face with a soccer ball because they're looking at a fucking airplane. That's awesome. Holy fuck. It must be Sunday, Beans.
It must be. Smoke one more and call it a morning.
Yeah, man. Amazing morning speaker, man. John Mayer, man. Awesome story, man. Honestly, man, if you guys can motivate, create, have a beautiful day, do something nice for yourself, and we'll catch you this afternoon.
Much love, everybody. It's been a wonderful Sunday morning. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Great morning speaker. I love John Mayer. I fucking love his music. Great to stay in history with Vicki Bowers. Much love, Vicki. I hope you're having a wonderful morning wherever you are. We can't wait to see everybody at the Nanigans this morning, the Europe Nanigans. They'll be coming up here in about an hour on the European Entertainment page, so I hope to see everybody there. And then if I don't see you there, I'll hopefully see you on the Sir Copslot show this afternoon. Make sure that you're following both of those pages. Much love, you guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. Make sure you're following the Man-Bear. It's always great doing the morning show with you, brother. And I hope you guys all have an amazing, amazing, wonderful rest of your day. Chillin Sunday. Just make sure you're chilling. I don't know. Thank you to everybody that helped support the Cove. It truly makes all this happen. And I can do this for everybody. Cove TV is brought to you by viewers like yourself. And all of your support means the world to us. Let's go.
It's Sunday, so it's like, what's he gonna play? That's all I keep on Sunday. I'm like, what's he gonna play?
Here we go. We'll do this one.
Okay. I knew it.
It's a Sunday morning. Let the world slow down. Cove TV's on, feeling good all around. The sun's rising soft, casting gold on the sea. Cannabis clouds swirling, just you and me. Got the coffee brewed and the herb packed tight. A gentle breeze blowing, everything's right. We're taking it slow, no need to rush. Just a Sunday morning with a peaceful hush. Sunday morning slow jams on Cove TV. Waking and baking, feeling so free. Smooth jazz playing with an R&B groove. Cannabis dreams set the mood and soothe. Let the morning unfold, let the good vibes stay. Sunday morning slow jams, it's our getaway. Hammock swinging easy, palm tree sway. Smoking in the Cove, watching worries drift away. With every soft hit, we're lifted high. Underneath the blue of the tropical sky. The saxophone's calling, the rhythm's just right. With Cove TV mornings, everything's light. From the sand to the sea, we're floating along. Sunday morning slow jams, where we all belong. Sunday morning slow jams on Cove TV. Waking and baking, feeling so free. Smooth jazz playing with an R&B groove. Cannabis dreams set the mood and soothe. Let the morning unfold, let the good vibes stay. Sunday morning slow jams, it's our getaway. The ocean's humming and the music's slow. With every little talk, let the moments flow. Cove TV's here to start the day right. Sunday morning slow jams, feeling so right. The morning slow jams on Cove TV. Waking and baking, feeling so free. Smooth jazz playing with an R&B groove. Cannabis dreams set the mood and soothe. Let the morning unfold, let the good vibes stay. Sunday morning slow jams, it's our getaway. So here's to Sunday, the Cove's soft embrace. Smoking and relaxing in our happy place. With cannabis love and the sunrise gleam. Sunday morning slow jams, living the dream.
Much love, everybody. We'll catch you guys all later at the Nanigans.